Hey everyone, Chase here. Today I wanted to talk to you guys about airsoft in 2026. It's a beautiful January morning here in Florida, so I figured I'd take you guys out on my back porch and we would just yap about this for a little bit. I wanted to come at this from a text perspective. I know there's a lot of exciting stuff, particularly in the gas blowback space, coming this year. I'm really excited, obviously, about the Taiwan gun AN94. They say that's going to come out December of this year, but we'll see if that happens. It's been saying coming soon for a long time, and that's okay. I'd rather them take their time on it. With that being said, from a text perspective, there's a lot going on that I don't want to say I have my concerns about, but it's things that we ought to bear in mind with this year coming along. The tariffs have been a huge part of my job as a tech lately. The supply and availability of parts has been atrocious. A lot of the suppliers that I get my things from, they just don't have them in stock. They don't know when they're going to get stuff in stock. I've been looking for particular components from, small-time retailers like Atlanta Airsoft. I try not to use them since they had that ownership change, but, sometimes they have stuff that I need, and they're very close, so it makes sense. Another one that I like to use a lot is The Real Deal. Jake has been absolutely awesome at answering questions, getting me things in a super timely manner, and he's reasonably priced. Airsoft Extreme, again, people say, they say things about them, which is fine. But I have historically had very accurate and timely order fulfillment, and I think they're reasonably priced and they have a good selection of parts. All of them, plus a bunch of other places, are just out of things that they would normally have in stock. And quite frankly, it's a lot of the more accessible components. You go on, and maybe it's just because people were draining out their end of year inventory, but quite frankly, I've just found that since the tariffs have been in place, getting the components has been really difficult. And I have to invest a lot more time into sourcing components, and oftentimes they're more expensive than the ones I'd like to use. And I haven't noticed any benefit in quality to the ones I have been getting. In fact, I think they've largely been less consistent than the ones I'm looking for. With that being said, it's just, I think airsoft is going to really tighten up this year. One thing I'd really like to see, one thing I may start getting into myself, is learning how to, or finding a place that can reliably manufacture basic components for me, or finding a good domestic supply line, because I know that a lot of the components are sourced from China. When you have a trade war with that country, they tend to not send their best stuff over. So I would be interested in sourcing that domestically, just if for no other reason than I think having a domestic manufacturer makes supply and also agility a lot better. So maybe a future investment in like a wire cutter or something like that. But with that being said, I just think that there's going to be a lot longer turnaround time on tech work in general if people don't have parts on hand. Every so often you get something that's a really obscure break, and that's okay. Like, it doesn't make it any more difficult to fix. It just makes the solution a lot harder to come by. And the last few times I've built something, it hasn't necessarily been that I don't know what the problem is. It's that sourcing the correct part is difficult. So I am excited for this year. I think a lot of the OEM side is looking really promising. Whether that will come into America or not remains to be seen, but I'm really excited about S&T's historical line. I just saw their MOA booth the other day, and that stuff looks really hot. And even Ares is coming out with an EBB WA2000, which is really unfortunate, but there might be a way to hack that to actually being a decent gun. I don't know, but I'd be interested to see how that goes. Again, the AN94, I think Taiwan Gun's going to be doing something really special with that. So I'm really looking forward to that. Yeah, that's it. Let me know what you guys think about airsoft in 2026 and what you're looking forward to and what you're not looking forward to this year coming forward into 2026 with airsoft or just hobby stuff in general. I'm Chase. This is Baby the Cat, and he's out. I'm out. Bye.